computer. There we go. I guess it started. That's weird. I hate when that happens. Oh no, it says pause recording. Okay, so it looks like we're recording, everybody, just so you know. Let's do some introductions real quick. I'm trying to move this where it's not in my way. Okay, so let's just go around the room real quick and say who you are, where you're located, what you do. I may put everyone else in mute just to make sure we don't have too many distractions. So unmute yourself when it's time. So let's start with Sarah.
Hi, I'm Sarah Henry, and I'm located in Englewood, Colorado, just outside of Denver.
Great, thank you, Sarah. And Ted?
Hey, my name is Ted Morris. I'm located in Littleton, Colorado.
Thank you, Ted. And Heather. Looks like she stepped away for a moment. Oh, hi, Amber. See, you came. Oh, there she is. Hey, Heather. Let me unmute. There you go.
Hi, I'm Heather in Louisville, Colorado. Sorry, we had a big hailstorm, and so that's why I keep getting interrupted.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm sorry.
This is the Colorado gang today.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Heather.
Thanks.
And Amber, let's go to you.
Hi, so I'm in Denver, actually, joining the Colorado group here.
Very nice. Thanks, Amber. And Melissa, you're on mute still. Oh, now you're off.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I'm in Greensburg, Pennsylvania.
So another part of the country. Yay. Hi, Melissa. Thanks for joining.
Hi, thanks.
And Angela Cochran.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you, but not see you.
Oh, let me work on that.
Here, I can click ask to start. Oh, there
we go.
Hey. There you are. Hey. So quickly for everyone, where you're located. Oh, sorry, Angela.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm in Solomons, Maryland. I'm actually at work right now, so I'm not at Solomons. I'm in Leonardtown, Maryland.
Great. Thanks for joining us,
Sure.
Angela. And I think that is everybody that's on the call. So other people may join in. We'll just let them join. Let me turn off that chime. I think that's also an option. And now I don't see it again. Sorry. Yeah, okay. So thank you everyone for joining. Roxy may step in a few minutes late. Just wanted to kind of give a quick update. You may have seen an email I sent out to all hands on deck about the, or all hands, I guess, about the portal. We were coming up on another monthly charge, and since we had to step over into a new number of users, they do them in like groups of 50, and we had just a few users over the number, so it was going to start costing us an exorbitant amount of money each month. And about a month and a half ago, I had the developers start on developing a replacement portal that would allow us to have self-serve profiles. So I'm actually going out of order on topics here, but just wanted you to know that I do still need to finish some quality assurance on that portal and test out the self-serve profiles. The profiles will be set up so that you can make changes, but then there will probably be a queue because if you do make changes and you don't realize there's a connection with Schedule Once that we need to fix or something like that, it feels like it's just better to have that staged where we review it real quick and then release it. And hopefully that would happen within a 24-hour period. We don't mean to create a new bottleneck, but at least this way you can go in and actually edit your own profiles and not have to like email us or any of the follow-up. And then any new coaches we bring on in the future would just submit it that way instead of going through the original portal. You would just go straight into a profile submission. And Roxy is with us.
Hi.
Let me see. I lose our, there we are. So any questions on the portal in the meantime? if anybody is missing anything, like if there was the blogging information, or in fact, I should talk about blogs real quick too. If there was anything like links or how-tos that you're now missing because we've shut down the portal, please send me an email. I have captured all that stuff. And we had done a complete download about 2 weeks ago from the portal, but now we've got to do some catch up on the newer stuff. But let me know if you need anything from the portal until the new one's up. I'll be happy to find a way to send it to you, either through email or Google Drive or something like that. And then let me add the blogs topic. So blogs real quick. We had a process where last week, we had a gap. I thought that we had closed the gap and that I could step out and be with family for a few days. And then I realized later that that gap wasn't fully closed. So my apologies, there are some delays in getting blogs out, but I think we're back on track. We do have a backlog of about 5 or 6 blogs, so it's not a tremendous number. And we can set them up so that they automatically publish each day, although I've heard a recommendation that we may want to hold off on that because the news of the day may be such that whatever happy thing we're saying about blogs, like children, for instance, doesn't conflict with something horrible going on in the news. But we can set them up ahead of time and have them all ready to go, and then, of course, change anything if we need to. So if you haven't yet blogged and you would like to, send me an email and we can create your account and get you started on that. I'll touch on profiles and then I'll turn it over. I'll touch on the other topic of profiles and then I'll turn it over to Roxy for social. So there are a handful of coaches, I would say in the neighborhood of 15 coaches or so, 15 or so coaches who had submitted their profile stuff on Papyrus. They had been set up in Schedule Once, and then we put them in a holding pattern to wait while we caught up on customizations for our other coaches. And we did not release or finish, I should say, the profile setups. So now we are taking time between earlier this week and through the weekend to finish all the rest of those profiles. So we should be completely caught up. The only thing that will be lingering is if we're waiting for any approvals or if there are some more customizations that some of you want to do. So we realized when we went through the pivot exercise and got all that feedback that customizations were more important than we had assigned importance to. We thought we could come out of the gate with more standardized profiles, standardized settings and events and booking pages. And we realized it's hobbling the coaches, it's hobbling you guys too much. So we are taking what you've given us and now investing that extra time up front to do the customized profiles, and then backtracking for those of you who had already released a profile that we're reaching out and seeing if there's any additional customization. So then the goal is that you will be so happy with your profile that everything matches what your offerings are, that you will start marketing yourself out on social and inviting the clients that you thought you might want to bring in and get that business going that way. And then on the other side of things, we do have a number of tracks happening in the marketing arena, and I'll turn it over to Roxy if you want to talk marketing and social.
Yes, I would. Hi, everybody. Not sure who's on the call, so I apologize if any of this is repetitive that you've heard. Right now, we are working on the social has gotten very active. We have a person, Kristen St. Clair, is helping with social because I had to overcome my ignorance and still learning about social and how to use it. And so we're using a program called Hootsuite that helps us actually schedule future posts so we don't have to do a million things before breakfast. And so that's happening. And so I'm going to ask everyone on the call to try to remember to check out our Facebook page and like the things you like and share the things that you want to share on your own personal profiles, because then that that's how it works.
The incremental.
Yeah. And then so that's happening, and we're focusing on branding our business, our Teacup business, and the personality of the business through the social channels. And then marketing will be focused on sales and asking for the sale and promotions and discounts and things like that. So it's definitely two different ways of using what's available to us at our current budget. And then that's the nice thing about social, is that people can really get a good feel for what your brand stands for and who you are. And then within the marketing group, we're putting together an event calendar, and we are focusing on the Denver area, but we want to assign, I think we're working on a regional team so that we can get events on our calendar that are within the area that you guys live in. So that will be, if you have something you want to put on that event calendar or anything related to what I'm talking about here, please send me an email, because the events are, going quick through the summer. We're kind of getting into July now, so we'd really like to participate, at least in Denver. Ann and I would like to participate in a couple of events each month if we can. So anyway, that is where marketing, social, and PR events is right now.
Great. Thanks, Roxy. Any questions about that before we move on? Okay. She reminded me that another topic I want to touch on is about a week and almost more than a week and a half now. Time is flying. I reached out to the people who had selected regional leadership as an option that they were interested in that talent survey. And so I've had those initial discussions with each of those people. There's about 7, I think. And we're looking at taking groups of coaches and connecting them with the leaders within the different time zones and regions. We have a pretty good mix. I think we would represent every time zone at least once with the leaders. And then we would have them kind of be point people to help ensure that you have what you need, so that Roxy and I aren't creating a bottleneck. And then they will also work with you on any local efforts that we can be taking on to help get the word out. We're doing some national things as well, I should mention. Nothing that I can wave a flag on yet, but I did hear back from Anthem, and we're moving along in their vendor process, which is a really cool thing. I heard back there was an Anthem Foundation, but that's a separate thing, and I think they said, thanks, but no thanks. It's not quite in alignment. So the for-profit side of Anthem, the for-profit medical side,
Is there any other kind?
Yeah, really. And then I'd also reached out to United Health Group and to WellPoint, which is, now I forget, it's a name that it used to be something else, and Blue Cross Blue Shield. And so we'll be following up with them. And then in addition, we've got some people who selected sales in the Teacup talent team. Put that in there too. This will remind me for next week. That we've got a contract. It's kind of like an addendum. It can be a standalone. So if you know anybody who's good at sales and you think they might want to help sell Teacup, they could sign an independent contract to earn 5% of the sales. And if we get like a company that sends us their employees, for instance, then we would structure it so that any employee coming from that company would be counted along those sales, because we would just assume it's all part of that larger effort that the salesperson did. We are looking at exactly the logistics, how to operate the logistics for if someone were to place an ad, which one of our coaches is going to be doing. She wants a unique link. And so we're trying to figure out the best way to tie that back to any clients that sign up. So part of those are things we just haven't done yet that we're figuring out as we go. So that's a bit of a brain dump. any other, I see Mark joined us.
Who else is on the call?
We have Amber, Angela, Melissa, Sarah, Mark, Ted, Heather. Did we forget anybody? I think that's it.
I wanted to mention one other thing about the social. I mentioned Kristen, but there is a team of people helping me on social, helping pick up on social. So anybody else who wants to raise their hand on that.
We'd probably take your help.
Yes, I'll take your help.
And that's all within that 15 an hour admin, which is still all we can afford. But if you do sales, then it's not an hourly thing, it's a commission thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
could be huge.
Could be huge. Oh, and Roxy and I posted an announcement Monday, I guess. Roxy and I are attending a local event. It's sponsored by a company called Cocktails for a Cause, which is kind of interesting because Roxy and I don't drink, but we figured they'll have, we'll get our alcohol free. Yeah, we can't drink, must not. So we're doing that this evening, and we see it, we're kind of scouting out the organization because they do a lot of, this came from Paulette Farah, by the way. Paulette, yes, Farah. And she let us know about all of these various events they have throughout the year where they help get the word out for charitable events and for people in need. And we figured it's a good way to network with like-minded women, you know, and this is a more women-only event, I guess.
Sorry, Ted.
Sorry, Ted. Sorry, Mark.
And Mark.
But so we're kind of, we want to network with some people in town and who have health conscious mindset and are well connected in their own right to different organizations throughout Colorado or throughout Denver, the Denver area. So that is happening. And then we're also doing the Broncos thing in September. It's a huge, do you want to talk about that real quick?
Well, I would, but Carolyn hasn't got back to me.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a big, just a high level, there's a big Broncos health, it's tied with a 7K race.
Yeah, so they have a marathon, or it's not a marathon.
Triathlon or something.
It's a running thing.
Yeah.
And then it's being held in Mile High Stadium. What's it called?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, the Broncos Stadium, and they expect 50,000 people to attend, and that is in September.
So we're looking at partnering with someone to have a booth there.
It's a health and wellness
focus. So that would also be of interest. And then we're kind of scouting out what else is in town that we feel we can take advantage of that doesn't have an exorbitant cost. The Broncos one does have a very high cost, but we're looking at how we can arrange that. It would be a tremendous amount of exposure. Okay, any questions?
I do. Sorry, trying to find my mute button here. I kind of seemed to have fallen off the wagon with the sales and the marketing and all of that jazz. I know I did the initial meeting and then I haven't really heard much since then.
Uh-oh.
I have the luxury of, it's totally fine. My oldest and dearest friend has a master's degree in marketing. So she has put together an entire social media calendar plan for me.
Wow.
Phenomenal, and I would be more than happy to share all of that information because my struggle is I relocated to Denver. So I'm missing the connections that I had back home. So I have all of this information, I just don't have the people to
local.
Yes. Even my Facebook page, my business Facebook page is liked by 90% of people in Michigan.
Yeah.
So I would definitely be more than happy to share that information as long as I can get some local promotion in return.
Totally. I would say, that sounds great.
Why don't we have a one-on-one meeting?
Okay.
And I have time on Friday morning. if that would work.
I should be able to make that work. I could definitely shoot you an email and iron everything out.
Yeah,
That sounds good.
yeah. Why don't you shoot me an email and we'll set something up.
Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you for speaking up.
Oh, no problem.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And it is very possible that some of you have raised your hands for things, and then with all of the moving pieces and parts, we may have accidentally left you out, and we certainly don't mean to do that.
And I have to say, my biggest challenge is email. I just,
Me too,
we
quite frankly.
get so many emails, and I'm trying to
Text me if it's
Yeah,
urgent.
that's a good idea.
If you're ever
'cause
waiting.
I think what I will do is share my, phone number to text to for people that are on these critical teams, because it's, this is not, it's time urgent
Yeah.
that we get our name out there and start utilizing people like you, Amber, and Heather, who and everybody who is really
Raising
all of you
hands,
guys who
yeah.
are really engaged and want to help. So I apologize for my
And-
email problems.
My phone number is in my signature of every email. So
Mine
if
too.
you don't have, well, there you go.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
Not for me.
Not from me. All right. Well, it's a beautiful day here in Colorado. Glad you all could join us today. I will place this recording on our new portal, but we've got to finish that portal first. So again, if there's anything you need from me and it was on the portal, just reach out. I ought to be able to locate it.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks so much, everybody. Good to see you all.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.